Yo, 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 welcome to the A&B Mobcast. It's your boy AD.
Your boy Bruce, we back at it. Talk to me. How you feeling?
What the lit read, man?
I'm chilling, man. How was your weekend? July 4th weekend. How was everything for you?
Pretty good, man. Was down in Lauderdale, hanging with the folks, making sure stuff, making sure, family good with my kids and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I was here in Houston, man. I got in the pool for the first time in so long. That was pretty cool. I ain't been in the pool in so long, dog. So that was pretty cool. Get my feet in some water, get some swimming in, drinking. It was a good time, man. 4th of July wasn't too bad.
How the weather was there? It was raining. It was raining and it was really hot all at the
We
same time before Lauderdale.
kind of the same thing. We got scattered showers, but it wasn't like pouring or nothing like that. We did get some scattered showers though, but that was about it. Nothing too crazy.
Okay, okay,
Not
okay.
nothing crazy at all, man. A
Speaking of the
lot
fourth,
happened.
so like, do you celebrate? Is like that a family thing? I know you and your family ain't really big on like celebrating a lot of the national holidays and stuff.
hmm I
Was
mean,
that
I wouldn't
something y'all
say
did growing up?
nah, not necessarily, bro. I mean, we would chill outside, watch fireworks, bro. Just kind of like bring some lawn chairs outside and just like enjoy the festive evening events. But for the most part, nah, not really. I mean, I really didn't I really couldn't tell it was holiday season until I went to college, bro, and we started celebrating holidays in college. Like we didn't nothing about holidays stood out to me in my childhood. So yeah, we didn't do anything like that. I mean, I'm sure y'all was always lighting up the grill or something.
Yeah. We did everything, beach days, family get together, grill, play cards, fireworks, the whole nine. So we went
That boy
used to go
said
to the
beach
shows,
days.
something like that. Yeah, for real. Down south, that's that beach.
Y'all was
Sunny.
actually getting in the water?
Yeah, back growing up, yeah, we always got in the water. Heck yeah. Y'all did.
I don't mess with ocean, bro. I just don't. Any body of water that's not controlled, I ain't messing with it, bro.
Man, here
Like
you go.
the ocean got a mind of its own, man. I'm not messing with the
Nah,
ocean at
bro. I
all.
think it's more I ain't gonna say it's more dangerous now, but like we grew up, bro. We was always at the beach, air and sea shows, going to the beach, out there swimming in the water. Like we was always out there, bro. I know
Yeah.
one thing: the creatures and the sharks and all that, they ain't come as close to the shore as they did nowadays. Back then, they stayed away from people. Right now, you'll be out there and you can see a shark fin, or they'd be close enough to where you can touch them. Back then, nah.
See, a nigga like me, conspiracy theorist. I'd say that ties into
Here
global
you go.
warming, bro.
Here you
Global
go,
warming,
bro.
bro. Global warming got these sharks getting closer, bro. These sharks, these jellyfishes, man. Global warming got getting closer to us, bro. But
Hey, I
nah,
don't know what it is, but yeah,
I ain't
we
messing with
that's
no
what we
ocean
did, bro.
water. I ain't messing with the ocean water. You saw Jaylen Brown get traded
Yes, bro.
um
You wanna
this
jump right
past week.
into it, bro. That's
This
crazy.
we got to, bro. This
Yeah,
past
yeah.
weekend, bro. What's your thoughts on Jaylen Brown to the Sixers, man?
I think the writing was on the wall. We had already knew it was coming. We just didn't know where. The fact that they I was listening to a podcast, it was like, oh, Paul George is still worth 17 to 20 points a game. I'm like, man, forget Paul George. He messed up I'm still mad, bro, when he messed up my ticket, bro. He messed up my ticket, dog. He just needed to get 16 points, bro. He had 13, bro. By like the half or like the early third, bro. I couldn't get three more points.
Yeah,
I
man.
just feel
This
like if I'm an old vet and I'm getting traded like that at this point in the game, I'm like, bro, maybe it's time to like wrap it up, bro.
man,
Not
to be
wrap it
honest
up,
with
but
you,
like,
this feels like the first trade that Paul George didn't have a say so in, right? Like a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Paul George trades, we've always seen Paul George being the prize, right? The A side. And I feel like this is like the first trade where where the trade was centered around Jaylen Brown and not necessarily Paul George. You see what I'm saying? So,
Well, he getting to that
um,
point in his career. That's the point I'm making. Like, yeah, you ain't calling the shots no more. You can't. Hey, you was a part of something. Plus, when they start adding them first, second rounds and all that in, and other people, yeah, you about towards the end of it.
yeah, uh, yeah, I think that
What was
was
your thoughts, bro? Who won? Who won? What team won that trade?
Sixers for sure, without a doubt.
Okay.
I feel like
So
I feel
Joel,
like
Maxey, and him, boy, they could make something happen as long as everybody stay healthy.
man, if they stay healthy, man, I feel like Boston really just gave Philly a trip to the NBA Finals,
yeah,
bro. Like
yeah,
legit. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like if they stay healthy. Because I mean, if you see Philadelphia being able to compete in the Eastern Conference Finals,
yeah.
with New York Knicks, yeah, they got swept. But you add Jaylen Brown to that matchup for matchup. I'm not sure if the Knicks can necessarily beat the 76ers again, especially if, Joel Embiid get healthy.
What do you feel
Uh,
about the racism that they talk about in Boston?
I've heard that not only from Celtics fan, but I've also heard that from like
Hmm.
Patriots, people who've played on the Patriots side too, man. They talk about how these stadiums or anything associated with Boston is so hostile and racially hostile too. Obviously, I have no experience in that myself. I've never been to Boston, but I think there's too many parallels between how ex Patriots players have talked about it and how Boston players have talked about it to not believe
Well,
that is happening.
at first you used to hear it from opposing players, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you used to hear how racial it was playing there. But then when you think about the people actually on the team, when they won that championship, it was Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, KG, like,
Yeah,
and Rondo. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that won y'all the championship was black. And then you start hearing about ex players and Jeff Teague and all those boys. And once these athletes get these voices and podcasts, you start hearing about it more and more. But I feel like it's just interesting because they say Jaylen Brown's one of those like outspoken players and
yeah,
this and that. And I think it kind of has something to do with the fans and that as
yeah,
well. Him one out.
yeah. I heard that. I mean, I think there is a level of. I mean, if that city is as, racially divided as players have, said it is, then I can see how Jaylen Brown being who he is, so outspoken, so socially conscious. I could see how something like that drove him getting out of Boston. Because the other thing too is like this trade, it seems like they literally just gave Philadelphia this dude, like just gave it to him. Like I don't even think there's anything that makes sense out of this trade because they got two first round and two second round picks, but it's
Didn't they
like,
just pay him what, the 314 or something like that?
well, he's going into his last year of his contract, so he,
Okay.
he's he, he's up to be re-upped
Yeah, next
regardless
season.
after
Yeah,
next
yeah.
season. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they essentially traded him before his last year of his contract. I think that's probably why they was pushing to trade him so heavily because they
You
knew
don't
they didn't
gotta.
want to pay him, so they wanted
Right, right.
some assets for him. So I mean, it makes sense as to the timing of the trade. But the trade itself, I mean, man, at some point, man, we got to make this about winning, bro. We got to make this about winning. And Jaylen Brown gave you the best chance to win. I don't think Paul George gives you a better chance to win than Jaylen Brown. That don't
Not at
make sense
all.
to me.
Not at all. Not at all.
Especially not at this point in his career. But we'll see, man. I think a lot of pressure right now is on Tatum. Like we saw how Jaylen Brown was able to carry a team.
Well, he ain't gonna win with
Um,
Paul George.
But the pressure is on him to perform. Jaylen Brown was coming off of one of the
One of his best
MVP
years, yeah.
finalists. Essentially, he was
Yeah.
one of the finalists for the MVP. A season without his number one guy. So now that Jason Tatum, is coming off Achilles injury, he obviously came back late last year, so he's healthy to a certain extent.
Yeah.
The pressure is on him to show what he can do without Jaylen Brown. But I don't think the pressure is on Jaylen Brown to show what he could do without Tatum because I think he's already shown us that.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't result to winning or going as far as they thought he would, but obviously I think both of them are great players. And I think Tatum will still maintain good numbers regardless who he's playing with. It's just gonna be how far are they gonna get, you know what I'm saying, without that other superstar.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see,
So
man. We'll see. But yes, I did hear that about Boston. Like I said, there's got to be some level of truth to that, man. It just seems like so crazy, man. And that even with everything that went on this past weekend, July 4th, America's 250th birthday, like
Yeah,
some of the stuff we were seeing on social media about a group of white men, like marching on the Capitol and just protesting. Did you see that?
yeah. I seen the bits and pieces of it. It flashed up. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. I think all that ties into just like the subtle reminder of like the kind of country you're in, man. And like how certain people really feel despite um a time of coming together, bro. Right now the World Cup is taking place right now. We are Americans and we're over here coming together to unite and cheer on our country. But despite
Right.
that, you have a specific group of people who have their own agenda, which is centered around division. And it's unfortunate, but it's a subtle reminder of the kind of country we live in, bro.
Yeah. And like I said, I remember we talked about it on one of the earlier podcasts. Do you think it's gonna get better or worse? You know what I'm saying? It seemed like the country is becoming more and more divided.
Um, I don't know, man. It beats me. I think our president has a lot to do with it. The leadership, bro,
Mhm.
has a lot to do with it, man. I think as long as like hateful speech is still getting pushed out there, as long as divisive rhetoric is still getting pushed out there, and sometimes like you don't realize how divisive it is because it's so normal. Like whenever
Right, right,
it's
right, right, right.
Democrat versus Republican, that's divisive speech, anyways. Right now, we're in a Republican led government. Stick to that. Focus on bringing change to the American people, and let's move forward. But every time you want to remind the world, your Republican base, how horrible the Democrats are, despite the fact that you and your political cabinet is in leadership, like that's still divisive rhetoric. And if you continue pushing that level of divisive rhetoric, we're just gonna see that across all aspects of our country, bro. So it starts up top, bro. I don't think it's gonna get better under this administration. To answer your question.
I'm curious to see, you know, and we won't stick too much on politics, but the the outlook of the future after Trump is no longer in office, bro. Because we've had, Trump, Biden, Trump, and then before that was Barack. It's like, and you know, 2000, what that was, 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've seen the same few faces over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So, we were in high school and becoming adults, and now, almost 20 years later, it's gonna be interesting and this is all we know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
Like Trump, Biden, Trump. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
well, Obama, then Trump, Biden, Trump. So I don't know, but it's just like it's gonna be interesting to see who's up next and or what they on what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what how it's gonna impact the world too, man. I just think right now it's just a lot of divide, bro. It's just a lot of divide, bro. And it's just not healthy, man. It's just not healthy for the coach. Like the other day I just saw that the Supreme Court ruled against his push to do away with birthright citizenship, which is centered around if you're born in this country to illegal parent parents, then you shouldn't be a citizen. So they did away
Yeah,
with that. If you're born with this country, you are still a citizen. So
yeah,
I think the Supreme Court ruled right. But the other aspect is the dude that's leading the United States soccer team right now, Florent Balogun. He is a part of that birthright citizenship
yeah,
train
yeah,
where
yeah,
his mother Nigerian came over to visit her sister, gave birth to him in New York, and then went back to where they was living at the time. But so he was born here, but he wasn't raised here, and he decided to compete for the U.S. national team.
yeah,
And now he's being praised, and Trump took credit for revoking his red card and allowing
yeah,
him
yeah,
to
yeah,
play
yeah, yeah. I
today.
seen
So
that.
it's just interesting how you see that as long as it behooves this administration, certain things they're willing to overlook.
But
But
that's with anything, bro. We know that when it's business, when it's sport, I mean, it is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is. You know, if it was you and you were a business owner or somebody in position of power, you would probably sway things your way to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is going back to like the division of the world. There's certain aspects in life that bring everybody together, like
yeah,
World Cup, and then when I was at the Kanye concert, bro, I was in awe because I caught myself looking down in the crowd and whites, blacks, it was a bunch of everybody, and they all rapping together, arm around each other when one of the top hits come on. Like it's just like the the camaraderie and then like the coming together of everybody was just like, dang, this is dope. Like there's stuff in the world that bring everybody together regardless of your
yeah,
your race, ethnicity, and color, everything. It was just like it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So the World
yeah,
Cup, I know you got concerts, music, sports for sure. You say you don't think Tracy Morgan is on courtside dapping up Ben Stiller and Spike Lee and
yeah,
everybody like when the new it's bringing people together, bro.
yeah, yeah. I
It's
mean, to be
just
honest with you, in my lifetime, like I said, I've never experienced that at a concert, but in my lifetime, I felt like there's only been two times in my lifetime where I felt like race truly did not matter. And I felt like the very first time I felt that was 9/11, like that day, when we all watched the second plane hit the tower. It felt like we were all Americans and we were mourning together. Like I didn't feel like that had anything to do with race. Race was out the question. We were all American and we were under attack together. So that was the first time. And the second time is when President Barack Obama had the announcement of assassinating Osama bin Laden.
okay.
That
Yeah.
that night where he announced that the leader of Al Qaeda and our number one threat to America has been assassinated, those two events is where I felt like race didn't matter in America. We were all just on the same page. You feel me? Those are the
Okay.
only two moments in my life where I felt like I truly felt that way.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Since I last talked, man, you been having me watching soccer, bro. I've been tuned in.
Bro,
I
you
be
been locked in
calling,
like a
texting. I'm like,
boy.
bro, a goal, bro. And what's funny
Bro,
is
tell me it
before
hasn't been lit.
it has been, bro. When they was in Mexico City and Mexico scored, bro. I'm talking about they people out there crying, the stadium shaking. I'm at the house yelling. Everybody like, bro, what's going on? I'm like, bro, I ain't even flying, bro. I ain't even going for Mexico, bro. They scored, bro. I'm like going crazy at the house. But I'm like, the biggest thing was I ain't like watching those 90-minute plus games without a goal, bro. Or it's like zip zip. But it's funny because right when I turned on certain games, like they'll score or a good block will happen. And the other
Yeah.
two games I watched, they scored quick. And then one at the
Mm-hmm.
end, or like somebody will score one early, and then at the end, the other team will tie it. And then we saw a couple overtime games, and it was just pretty cool, bro. I've been tuning in to all the games, dog.
Yeah.
USA did they thing. We played tonight at what 8 p.m. Eastern, so
Yeah.
I'm
8
gonna
your
tune
time,
in.
7 my time. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I
So
said
yeah, it's
last
been cool,
time,
bro. They was down south. Some of them games in Miami,
yeah.
City. So I was like, man, it's crazy.
So Miami is one of those host cities. Houston is a host city. Jersey is a host city. LA was one of those host city. Canada was a host city. Mexico City was a host city. So yeah, bro, this FIBA World Cup has made a fan out of me. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I've been so locked in on this World Cup, bro. And I love those 0-0 games, especially now since somebody actually has to win, because now it goes
Yeah,
to penalty shootout, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
After extra time, of course. And I don't know. I think for me, it's the excitement of getting close enough to strike, and
That be the
either
biggest excitement. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and either watching how close that strike was to going in, or watching these goalkeepers just make outstanding plays. Like the Cape Verde goalkeeper, I
I
forget
was
his
just gonna
name.
say, bro, Cape Verde. I was just gonna say, go ahead.
This dude,
Yeah.
bro, I've been seeing things on social media before this tournament. He had like 49,000 Instagram followers, and after the tournament, he was up to 20 million Instagram followers. Right? Apparently, this dude used to be a bus driver, and he also was an electrician, and essentially just gathering people in their country to uh, play football, right? And these dudes became stars, man, to actually put up the fight that they put up against Argentina. Argentina won the last World Cup with a lot of returning players. And to
Yeah,
see them put up that fight, bro, man, so much respect for those countries, bro. And it really put those countries on the map because I
for
can't say I
sure.
knew anything about
Listen.
Cape Verde. I
I
can't
was
say I
just
knew
gonna
anything
say
about them.
that. I was just gonna say I like how even in a loss, like they get that recognition. Like you see all the women of Cape
Absolutely.
Verde making those videos and
Yeah,
like dang, make you want to travel over there or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like Cape Verde, like never would have thought of it, never would have heard of it. And then it's like they played them so tough because I think they went in overtime and stuff like that. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, bro, like this is crazy. Just learning about all these countries, and it'd be funny because my daughter be naming all the countries and who playing today? Australia, Paraguay, France. Like I'm like, bro, how do you know about the World Cup like that, bro? But they be tuned in, bro. It's worldwide, bro. So yeah, that's junk
Yeah.
cool, dog. But
Nah,
Cape
it's
Verde, bro, might need to take a trip over there.
I might, man. And
Might look
and I
nice.
to your
See
point,
where the
to
stuff
your
at.
point,
Yeah.
I think when they get this kind of recognition on the world's largest stage, it does bring a level of economy to their country, right? Especially a country that could use it. I saw something where apparently the population of Cape Verde is less than Kansas City. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it's a small country, and it's not that many people. So being able to put their country on the map on a worldwide stage like the World Cup, I think it's amazing, bro. Shout out to those guys, man, for competing and putting up a fight, man. I just hate the World Cup is slowly coming to an end. We already in the round of
Bro,
16.
I feel like it's been going forever. I feel like, cause I guess it's so many games per day, bro. I feel like
Yeah,
it's when it first started, bro. I said June. It said June 11th. I'm trying to see.
it started mid June. It started mid
Yeah,
June.
bro.
This
Bro,
is
that
when
junk been
teams
going
had
on for a little
to
minute.
qualify and stuff like that. And now we're already around the 16. So obviously we
So
got two more
so
games today.
tonight, oh, Portugal and Spain play in 10 minutes,
Yeah,
and then you got USA and Belgium
yeah, they played tonight. So man, this is gonna
tomorrow.
be amazing,
Argentina,
bro.
Egypt, Switzerland, and Colombia. So yeah, I'm gonna be tuned in, bro. I'm gonna be. Hey, right now this gonna get me through. And NBA Summer League has started, man. You've been seeing. I know you don't really been watching the Summer League games, but Darius Akoff Jr. had 25 the other day. Some of these top 10 picks, been doing their thing, bro.
They've been
It's gonna be
competing. They've been
exciting.
rising to the level.
I think this was a pretty good draft, like a good quality draft that we've had in a long time, bro. This has been a good draft. Like a lot of the recent draft, the top three, top five people been like, who they are, but like I think this was a good like pool of players to take from all in one year
Yeah.
in this draft. So it's gonna be interesting to watch some games and stuff.
So
Got a couple games on tonight.
I haven't been tuning into the summer league, but do like the top three picks, are they actually playing in the summer
They
games
do
or no?
play. No, they be
Oh, they
playing,
actually
bro.
play?
Like they'll play because like ain't no sitting out. They gotta see what what I'm saying. It's different from when it's like um college football, if you ain't going too far in the playoffs or something like that, you just kind of sit out. But nah, these top
Mm-hmm.
picks, they be playing, unless they like, trying to get over an injury or, they want to save them to make sure they completely healthy. But nah, they try to play, bro.
Yeah. What about second year players? Are they because I know at some point
It, it
second year
depends on it
players.
depends on how they did their first year. Like if they were superstars or studs on the team, I don't think they really tap too much back into the summer league. But if they kind of like sat or they bounce around in the G League and was back and forth to get their feet wet, they may play a couple
Get
games. You
that
know how that
recognition.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It ain't nothing too crazy.
Yeah. That's
But
what's
then you
up,
got
man.
you got the Utah, you got California, and then you got the Vegas Classic. So some teams might won't start playing until this week, next week, versus some teams that's in the first set of summer league games. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah, I haven't really been tapped into the summer league, man. The World Cup has got my attention, and I'm locked into that. But once the World Cup is done, if the summer league's still taking place, I'm definitely gonna be tapped in. But bro,
yeah,
I
man,
haven't missed the World Cup game yet, bro. I
for real.
I haven't missed not one. Even the ones smack in the middle of the day. I got my phone propped up. I got my laptop propped up. I'm watching that mug. I haven't missed one
Yeah.
yet.
So sticking with the NBA, LeVar Ball and his wife separated. He was, LeVar Ball was very big on, bringing his sons up, coaching them.
Mm-hmm.
Had that good run at Chino Hills when all three boys was there.
Yeah.
Alonzo was the number two pick. LaMelo was the number three pick. So two out of his three boys is top three picks in the NBA draft, which is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Jello, I think would have had a good stint, but you know what happened to him when he went off to school. That's stealing
Mm-hmm.
overseas. So, but yes, you haven't heard about LeVar Ball that much after LaMelo got drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
he been
kind of
pretty
like
quiet.
shut him up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, come to find out, him and his wife, he got his leg amputated. So
Mm-hmm.
him and his wife ain't together no more. Speculation was that you know, she left him after he got his leg amputated, after he took care of her from, after she had her stroke and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But I think the boys shut that down. Lonzo went on air and pretty much was
Yeah, I
like,
saw that.
yeah, she was like forced to leave, and she's doing good. He loved both his parents. It is what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, LeVar had a pod with all three of his boys, and
I
LaMelo
was
had
just
his
watching
son there. It
that.
was pretty cool, bro. It was pretty cool. He just asking them what they driving these days, how they would have thought if they played together in the NBA. What's life like, the dogs, just to catch, kind of like a touch base.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that interview. I mean, I first of all, I didn't know. I knew Jello and I knew Lonzo had children, but I didn't know LaMelo had
Yeah, I
a
ain't know
child.
either. He had a little 5 month old with him.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't know each of his boys have already made him a grandfather. But man, I just love to see. I just love to see black fathers and black father roles, and it being in a positive light, man. Because too often there's this notion that black dads are not around their
Yeah,
children, and while there's a level of truth to it, but even the level of truth stems from some of the things that were, um, socially in place to keep homes separated. Right? We're not gonna go
yeah,
down that path, but
yeah. I get what you're saying.
whenever I see the Deion Sanders, bro, whenever I
Yeah,
see
LeVar Ball was one of
Ball,
them.
whenever I see even John Moran's father, right?
Listen,
Like anybody who grew up in inner city know that this is how black dads are.
nah,
Bro, people think LeVar Ball is crazy for whatever reason, bro. But if you grew up in the inner city and you've been around black daddies, this is black daddies, bro.
yeah.
These just some inner city black dads. They just very different. You feel me?
It's
So
funny though, because when you really start looking at documentaries and seeing all he did, he used to come off as a loud, black dad, just out and about, always talking crazy. But like, he literally got his boys up every morning, made them breakfast. They ate every morning. He took them to training. He had them running up the hills. He had the whole team over at his house running up the hills, like community. He coached his boys' teams. He went to all their games. Like, he was there the entire way, and you see the success of that. They've made it.
yeah,
So yeah, shouts out to him. And honestly, bro, I was just talking to my brother about it. Like, a lot of these first time millionaires and fathers, like, that got kids coming up, bro, them just raw. Like, Rondo's son good,
yeah.
Trevor Ariza's son good.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Gilbert
what his
Arenas.
name? Gilbert Arenas' son. What was his
So many,
name?
bro.
Who did all the crossovers and Jamal Crawford's son
Mm-hmm.
good. uh Derrick Rose son good. Like, all these, bro, they pouring into, and their dads are
Mm-hmm.
coaching teams and involved in their life, bro. Now, granted, it comes with a lot of sense of money, and their careers took away a lot of those early years, probably when they had the kids around and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, like Bronny, he got his son on the team with him. So it's like,
Yeah,
black fathers are involved, bro, and you can see it, especially
yeah,
getting into when they done with their careers and stuff like that. They pouring into the
yeah,
kids, starting these teams. Like, every dad got a team now. So it's like, they
yeah.
making it happen, bro.
Yeah, I just like how he represents his children, bro. Like I think the difference between LeVar Ball and somebody like Jalen Brunson dad is the fact that LeVar Ball is actually in front of a camera. You don't think
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson dad was on Jalen Brunson's ass? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't
You
think
got the
he's
little
still not
videos of him. Yeah.
not on
Yeah.
his ass? You see what I'm saying?
You
The only
see it in
difference
spurts. Yeah.
is The only difference is this man is actually in front of the camera and he's vocal with it. He's willing to accept interviews and he's willing to like stand on whatever it is that he does and how he believes in raising his children. But I don't think that's any different, man. And at the end of the day, bro, you have to build up strong men, bro. You just have to, bro. Like dudes, I
especially
mean,
in today's world.
even Brandon Marshall getting all that criticism for,
Yeah, we was gonna talk about that, having his
yeah,
son run.
having his son run at 2 a.m. in the morning. And I don't know if this was a punishment thing or just,
Yeah, it was.
hey,
I think it was fun. Yeah,
you say you
discipline.
want to be great, show me how bad you want to be great. Either way, man, it creates a level of like male challenging that these kids need, bro. Especially to your point in today's society, bro. Like, man, continue being involved and continue pushing these kids. So I'm for it, bro.
And speaking on that, like parenting, bro, you can't tell people how to parent their child, bro, because at the end of the day, you see the outcome, you don't see the journey. You don't
Yeah,
know what sacrifices parents had to make to get their kids to where they are. Or a lot of parents see things in their kids you won't see from the outside because you're not there every day. So I think people can have an opinion, but like at the end of the day, that's that man's son. And I'm sure when it pans out and we look at this 10, 15 years from now, we'll be able to look back at that video and be like, see, this discipline, or sometimes people talk to it. Jalen Brunson talk about it all the time, how her dad pushed him. And you see how that panned out. He biggest
yeah,
name in New York right now. He won
yeah,
on every level, high school, college, USA, and now NBA, bro. Like somebody probably would have told Rick Brunson back in the day, "Hey, you crazy man? You pushed him to our nah. Look where his son at." And I'm sure when kids get through that and when they grow up and become adults and they realize or get they own have kids of themselves, they realize that they was just trying to do the right thing for them or push them to limits they didn't even know they had.
yeah, yeah. Now I'm with you, man. It's kind of like coaches, bro. Like, and that's
Yeah,
why a lot of these
but back at
kids, especially
saving
growing up in the inner city, a lot of these kids look at coaches as father figures, bro.
for sure.
Because these coaches are tapping into an aspect of them that they see and they just push into like the brink of greatness in a real way. It's interesting because
Yeah,
Tristan Thompson was just on the interview Club Shay Shay, and
yeah,
I was watching that interview, and one of the things that Shannon Sharp asked them is like the turning point of them winning that 2016 title. And we all think that turning point was Draymond getting suspended. And he
yeah,
said the turning point was a halftime locker room where Tyronn Lue got in LeBron's face in one game. I think he said game 5 and
yeah,
game
yeah. Five.
6.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then he said, bro, I need you to give me more. And he said LeBron at half had like 20 something,
Yeah,
9 rebound type shit. He goes like, I need you to give me more. He said LeBron and Tyronn Lue got in each other's face at halftime. LeBron was like, nigga, I'm giving you everything I got. But Tyronn Lue was pushing him. He's like, yo, you got another gear. And he said throughout that playoffs, obviously LeBron averaged 40 and they came back from 3-1. But he mentioned that as the turning point, not the Draymond
yeah,
Green
yeah, yeah.
suspension. He said that was the turning point of that series, bro. So it just goes to show how important coaching and like just challenges like somebody to tap into their inner greatness is just so much like fatherhood, bro.
Yeah, when we was coming up, like you had tough coaching, and to your point, if the fathers wasn't in the hood, I mean, or wasn't around, this is definitely your like father figures. These are the people that saw you every day when going to practice and at games, just watch you grow up from like, cause I played football from like 5 all the way to 13, bro. It's 8 years, bro, from like waking up Monday through Friday, games on Saturdays for like 8 years of my life, bro, all the way up until going into high school, and it's like these people watch you grow. These people see everything, your potential and everything. And it's like these days it's too sensitive. Like being cursed at was normal. Like, and you
Yeah.
knew it, you knew they meant well. You knew they meant well, like you ain't take it offensive. And our parents, that's back when our parents will let the coaches do what they need to do, bro. Like they ain't intervene. They wasn't always that parent over the hot coming over the sideline and trying to interject. Like that's the form of discipline kids needed back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think there is some benefits to gentle parenting, but I think there are some aspects. You gotta have good cop, bad cop, bro. That's the best way to
Yeah, for
look
sure,
at it.
for sure, for sure.
You gotta have good cop, bad cop with the parenting. Let the pops be the bad cop. You see what I'm saying? Let the mom be the good cop. But like they
Yeah.
supposed to come together to where it creates a level of dog and a level of fire in the children, bro. But yeah, gentle parenting is cool. It's necessary at times, but you got to push somebody to be a dog, bro. So
Yeah,
yeah, the Brandon Marshall. I think a lot of people overreacted about that, bro.
me too. And
Yeah,
people was pretty much saying they don't like the fact he posted it. Like he could post what he want. That's his son. You know what I'm saying? It is
yeah,
what it is. So
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Cause he just had
Hey,
him running at like 2 in the morning or something like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, in a nice neighborhood. You know, they got a little money, so it ain't wasn't nothing crazy gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I know you wanted to speak on this Gucci Mane video done dropped.
Oh yeah. I saw that, man. Pooh Shiesty. We didn't see Pooh Shiesty in the video, but with mugshots, now know who Pooh Shiesty is and how he looks like.
Yeah, I forgot you ain't know who that was, but yeah. My thing is, bro, I don't know, bro. It's like they always playing these old videos of Gucci when he said he'll never rat, he'll never tell. But do you know the story what happened after he got robbed? He went and made a diss song about everything that happened in the
Yeah.
robbery. Pretty much they saying dry snitching or pretty much really coming out just telling on it. And what's your thoughts on that? Cause like Pooh Shiesty, he did this, they recorded it. Then Gucci went and made a song like the next day or something after it and dropped a song about how it went down.
I don't know. I think music. I don't take music like too much to heart, man. I think a lot of it is just art and how people express themselves. I think dudes do a lot of exaggeration and dudes understand what sells. So I don't take too much in music. I guess I say that to say whenever I'm hearing something in music, I don't know what's true and what's not true, right? So but if that's how he expressed himself, I mean, I've heard other artists talk about that. You see what I'm saying? J. Cole even talks about that. He said instead of doing an interview, I'd rather just, turn on the mic and just let my, pour my heart out
Well,
on a beat. So,
the thing I would say is which type of artist it is. Like they say, gangster music is on a decline. Once all these people start coming out 6ix9ine and snitching, and they had other people on wiretaps or statements and paperwork. They always doing this paperwork stuff with gangster rappers. It's on a decline, bro. Back in the day, we used to believe that certain people would do certain things. Not saying they won't to this day, but it's like people ain't listening for that anymore. It's like
yeah.
they don't really believe, like you said, they don't believe nothing anymore. Certain people, it's theatrics, but certain people, like back in the day, bro, we used to really think, bro, like, oh, this is him. You remember the King Vons and other people, NBA Young Boy and
Yeah.
people that really was out there.
Young Jeezy.
But now it's all just like it's music, but it's like people don't believe that stuff. These YNs taking over, really.
Hey, I hope it's just music, man. I don't condone certain things, bro, and
I
that's
don't
amongst
condone it
them.
either. It's just
That's just one of
you
the
can't
main
tell
things
me
I
you wasn't
don't
growing up
condone.
like bumping certain stuff and be like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of songs I was just bumping, and I didn't. At that point,
know
it
what
was
was
just the
going
beat. You
on.
feel me?
Right,
It
right.
was just the beat. You listening to certain artists, and then you just vibing out. Certain things I could relate to. You see what I'm saying? I remember when
Yeah, for sure.
when Boosie was like, I told my mama we thugging outside, we don't need cable. You see what I'm saying? I felt that because we didn't have cable until I was like 17, but we grew up outside, right? So, but certain things like now the more aggressive stuff, like I can't say I could relate to that. You see what I'm saying? Because that
Yeah.
just hasn't been my reality.
But
But
even in
certain,
your environment, you knew of certain stuff that happened.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, hell, I saw certain things. You see what I'm saying? But as far as being involved and how they're speaking about it in present tense, that wasn't my reality.
But I just
Um,
think if you're gonna be one way and then show another way, it's like it messes up your character or your charisma, who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not saying who you are supposed to. You're not supposed to stand behind what you portray to be, but like, um, that's where the confusion comes in. It's confusion the younger generation.
yeah, I
Just
mean,
like the female rappers that Young Miami, Cardi B, Nicki, and all this that promote certain rap, but then they be booed up and they actually tied down. And you got a whole group of generation of young girls and females that's like trying to do the opposite because of their music, their influence.
yeah,
But really, all of them tied down. JT, Young Miami, Cardi, everybody was married with Lil Uzi, with somebody like having kids, like with their family. So it's
yeah.
like the influence is what be confusing the younger generation.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to parenting, bro. I think the younger
A lot of it
generation.
is, a lot of it is, it's just certain stuff you can't control, bro. Like music, radios, environment, schools. Kids spend more time in school, camps, and all that than they do at home, especially if a parent working full time.
Absolutely.
Like, so, I mean, you could it definitely starts in the home, but I think a lot of kids are raised outside of.
Yeah, yeah. By social impact. And that be music, that be social media, that be the things that they see on
Hey, you
school
can't help you grow up
grounds.
in Palm Beach and the stuff you saw. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I get that part. I definitely get that part, but I don't know. I just chalk it up to growth with Gucci Mane. Like
Yeah,
you
nah,
know.
nah, for sure.
So
I don't
I
think that you'll crash out 20 years later. Like, I don't think you'll think the same way, especially after you done been locked up, you done met your wife, you done had businesses, you done seen a lot of people come and go. Yeah, it should change you. I agree
yeah,
with you
yeah.
on that.
Yeah. And he deals with different level of trauma. I mean, Gucci Man has, been very much so in the media publicized about, taking somebody's life in self defense.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure that carries a level of trauma. You see what I'm saying?
Bro, you done seen a
Regardless,
whole transformation of Gucci. Gucci used to be fat, like with an ice cream cone on his face. Like,
yeah,
it, he a whole different person, bro. You know they used to talk about he was a clone.
yeah. He is a whole different person. And I appreciate the fact that he's like out of the limelight. He's just a family man and he just, he don't care for the attention. I just hate that this particular situation has transpired with him in it. But sometimes that's life, bro. A lot of people challenge your growth, for whatever reason. And this is all business related. This dude held and his partners held him at gunpoint to get out his deal. At the end of the day, at some point when you signed that deal, it behooved you just like it behooved him. He didn't know you were gonna be as big as you were, and you didn't know you was gonna be as big as you were.
Nah,
But
Pusha said he knew.
business is business. So why would you sign a deal if you knew?
I get you on that. My thing is sometimes some people just too gangster, bro. Like, I want to go back to jail, bro. When it's all this out here, like, bro, you know how it feel to be able to move freely, get up, go to the bathroom when you want, order, bro, go to a nice steakhouse, make something when you want to make something. Like, to do that, like, I don't get it. Do people want to go back to jail, bro? Like,
Yeah.
for the life of me, I can't think of it.
I think it has a lot to do with the people that you hang out with, bro. I think once you
Nah,
create,
bro, but if you getting money and you outside, Bruce, I can't see like I'm finna throw this all away to go sit in a little small cell, bro.
but it's ego, bro. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
Once you create, and I think
a
I
lot of
think
people
six
change it.
nine six nine changed the fabric of that, right?
Everything.
Six 6ix9ine created a
I'm finna go do food.
perception of himself, and
Yeah.
he essentially withdrew that perception of
Yeah,
himself.
like, bro, this what y'all said the streets was?
Is what I'm
I'm
saying?
straight.
And he's like monetizing the like redacted version of that, essentially, right? And I think the pride is the dude who creates this version of himself, truly believes this is who he is, and does whatever to stick with this version or this image that he's created, and that's what's landing them in trouble. If that makes
Yeah.
sense, is it what
Yeah,
I'm
but I,
saying?
I mean a lot of people that was gangster back in the day and they won't lay down for no 30, 40 years. It was cool to take your lick back in the day. It was cool to be like, um, yeah, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Or not snitch on the next person. You ain't do it, but these boys ain't going to lay down. They got too much. They got too much access, too much money, too many cars, too many girls. They ain't trying to get away with all that, bro.
Yeah.
I
And
think
it's
if
not
anybody put in
cool.
that situation these days, they gonna fold, bro.
Yeah, it's not cool, bro. Like, why would you, bro? You 9 times out of 10 are probably first generation rich, right? You are in a position to change the trajectory of your immediate family's life, your siblings, your parents, and your offsprings. Like, why are you challenging that with the laws of the streets? That don't even make sense to me, bro. Stay free. Make this money, man. Make this money.
Yeah,
Like I'm confused. Like stay free, make this money, and feed your family, bro. Like
because back in the day, they used to be like, "Oh, what about the kids? You about to give us all up, and you ain't gonna be able to see." I don't even think they be caring about that no more, bro. That's what be killing me.
it's pride, bro. It's pride. Nobody wants to look soft on the internet. Nobody wants to feel like they not reacting. Nobody wants to look soft. It's pride, bro.
Yeah, man. So what else going on, man? What else coming up
Man,
in July? I'm ready for college football. Florida making moves. Can't wait. Trying to see what that's gonna be like.
NFL is around the corner. We're gonna start getting some preseason games as early as August, typically. So that'll be here before you know it. Obviously LeBron's second decision. I'm trying to figure out why he's still a free
Yeah,
agent right now, man. This
bro.
feels
We
like
were
his
just,
second decision.
bro. We were just talking about this, bro. What you think? Remember I said, wherever he go, Bronny gonna have to go, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, because I feel like him being in LA with him, he has that sense of oversight. He can kind of control what's going on, or even not have them take advantage of him where he is. I think if LeBron not at that organization, because the closer LeBron gets to retiring, the more organizations don't have to kind of like cater to him or
Yeah,
baby him. Right
yeah.
now, any organization would love to have LeBron just because he's on his last stretch. He still can produce. It's going to bring in money, jersey sales, ticket sales, everything, right?
Hmm.
I think once he out of there, there's no. We don't gotta keep Bronny. Like the dad ain't here enough to like this ain't gonna bring numbers. Him not being with his dad or like forget that. Like it is with like it'll always because that's LeBron James' son, but like it's a different if they're not together on the same team and also when LeBron is out of the NBA, that's gonna be over with.
Yeah. I mean, LeBron has. I'm just so excited to kind of see whatever LeBron does next because I feel like he's done everything the right way, bro. Like, LeBron gets a
For
lot
sure,
of
for sure, for sure.
he gets a lot of hate and scrutiny or whatever the case may be. I don't looking back at his career, I really don't see any particular blemish that I could point to. You feel me?
When he that
Like,
first decision. Oh well, go
but
ahead.
it, but even that though, it's just
I
like
know, I
this
know. It's not a bad, not a negative thing. I get what you're saying. Not a
this dude
negative
was
thing.
the
Yeah.
biggest free agent, the biggest dude. You see what I'm saying?
No
He
off
knew
the
he,
court issues, no
yeah, it's just
arrests,
like
no baby mama drama, no. Yeah, I get you.
none of that, bro. LeBron has just done things the right way, especially somebody who grew up like in the inner city, single mom,
Yeah,
raised them. You're talking straight out of high school. He became an adult quick, bro. Like people were probably in his face as early as like 14, 15 years old, bro.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like even
Like we watched Bronny be born when he was in the NBA and grow up next
yeah.
to him. It's like crazy.
Yeah, everything about LeBron's career, I think, given the cards that he's been dealt, bro, he's been a
He
very
overachieved. He
yeah,
overachieved for
he
sure.
overachieved, positive role model. This dude has put his friends in positions that changed their life. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people glorify how he's been able to actually bring, his entourage along, right? But these dudes have been able to branch off and be an asset in their own life and feed their own families, bro. Like everything about what LeBron has done in his career is admirable.
Like I
Um,
said, are we ready for this transition to new athletes, bro? Once the
yeah,
LeBrons, the KDs, the Russell Westbrooks, Chris Paul, Melo already out. Like this wave of people we grew up watching, they about
it's
to
a,
start fading out, bro. We getting old, bro.
it's definitely fading out, man.
We
Because
getting
like to your
old,
point,
bro.
the guys that we grew up watching that ran the NBA, they're on their way out the door. The James Hardens and all that. And I think the NBA is in good hands, bro. I think you
I
have a
think it
lot of
is.
young studs that are like here. A
It's
lot
just
of
that
young studs that are
transition,
here.
bro. It's just that transition. Like we about to hit the age where we looking. The athletes aren't older than us anymore, and that's where it's
Yeah.
always like they were older than us. You know what I'm saying? Now we about to be
Yeah.
looking. You know what I'm saying? We already seeing the young boys taking over, but like our last group of athletes that are a little older than us about to be gone.
Yeah. Nah, I'm excited. I think the NBA is in good hands. I feel you. It's bittersweet because I do think next year is going to be LeBron's last year, and after
I
that, the
think he
only
could play a
person
couple more years.
I don't know if he wants to though. I don't know if he wants to, and I don't know if he has to. I don't know what he would be playing for now outside of championships. Like if LeBron retires today, his jersey is going to be retired in three different stadiums: Miami, Cleveland, and LA. What else is there to prove?
We talked about that on the earlier part.
Like, there's nothing else to prove, bro. There's literally nothing else to prove.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for sure. I'm looking forward to it. But like always, I'm college football, and then maybe NBA, college basketball, NFL come after that to me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm excited. College football and the NFL is right around the corner. FIFA World Cup ticket time ending because we've been enjoying that. And
Well, it
yeah,
take their
man.
time, all right. Them long games gave me 2 hours, man. I used to tell you about it, bro. But now I'll be tuned in, bro.
Yeah, I'll be tuning in. I'm about to turn on this game right now, man. But
Yeah, so we're about to tune into Portugal and Spain and USA and Belgium. It's been another good episode, man. Mobcast. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know what's going on out there, what y'all want to hear about, and more trending topics, more sports talk to come. And we here, baby.
that's it, baby. We out. That's a good one.